Have you ever noticed how much of your energy goes into just keeping up with life? Like we've all got bills to pay, emails to answer, things to get organized. And before we know it, we're caught up in the same daily cycle. Or maybe you're on like the opposite end. You're putting all your energy into planning and envisioning a better future. I've been reflecting on this a lot over the last while, where our energy goes and what that means for how we experience life. It seems there are three main places we can direct our energy. Firstly, on our current life, the day to day realities, our habits, our patterns. Secondly, on a new life, dreaming, planning, and creating something better for ourselves. And the third place, on who we are beyond life and beyond our body, the awareness that exists behind all of it. So, exploring these three options has been supportive for me over the past week, especially when I started seeing them as different ways of relating to the stories that we believe about ourselves and our lives. So, let's explore. So, let's turn to the first area where we can focus our energy on our current life. Most of us spend a huge portion of our energy on our current life, our habits, our routines, and patterns we live out every single day. We wake up, we check our phone, we scroll through Instagram, or you may be one of these just very control per people who can leave their phone outside of their room to stop the doom scroll in the morning. Um, and then we go about our day, we take care of responsibilities. And in the evening, we often try to relax. We then go to bed. Then the next day, repeat. For many of us, it's like being on a treadmill. Your legs are moving, but you're not really going anywhere new. And a lot of this is shaped by the stories that we've collected over the years. This is just how my life is, or I have to do things this way. And also the stories we've built up about who we think we are or what has worked out for us in life. We've got stories of pain and we've got stories of joy. You could say it's a bit like constantly rearranging the furniture in your room. You could move the coffee table to a different location and put the lamp in a different place as well. Create a different feel, try to make it feel fresh, but it's still the same place with the same items. Our attention stays locked on maintaining, managing, or tweaking what's already here. And that's what it can be like when our focus is on our current life, repeating day in, day out, just trying to keep it all together. Now, the second area of focus is focusing on creating a new life, putting your energy into changing things for the better. So, like maybe you've set goals, you've created vision boards, say. I've certainly done both. Or you spent time imagining a future where things are finally how you want them to be. So, if we go back to the room analogy, it's actually like deciding to redecorate the entire room. You throw out all of the old furniture. You pick out new pieces, like a new coffee table, you get a new lamp, you get that big, big TV that you've always wanted, and you put them in the perfect locations in your room. And you also get fresh paint and you paint the walls. Um, it's kind of exciting. It feels energizing. And you're finally moving forward. There's nothing wrong with this. It can be motivating and enjoyable, both in this idea of redecorating a room, but also in the context of re-energizing and revitalizing your life and creating something new for yourself in your life. But I guess what I've started to realize is that it's still a story, just a different one. Instead of us being stuck in old patterns, we shift ourselves and shift our attention to new ones. But in many ways, we're still caught up in the cycle of creating and chasing something. And then there's the third option, bringing your energy back to focus on the awareness within, the deep awareness behind everything else, beyond, even before. This isn't about your current life or your future goals. It's about the space in which all of that appears. So, going back to our analogy of the room, imagine stepping out of the room entirely. Instead of rearranging furniture or redecorating, you realize this: you aren't the room at all. You're the space in which the room exists. When you drop the stories that you have, your name, your roles, your successes, your failures, something remains, something is left. There's a stillness, there's this awareness, there's peace. It's like watching clouds pass by. The clouds are thoughts, stories, emotions. But what's the sky? The sky is untouched. It's always there, always clear. And when you rest in that awareness, it suddenly seems like the most logical place to focus your energy because it's real. Unlike the stories, it doesn't change. It doesn't need fixing. It just is. Now, this might feel a little confusing or a bit abstract or esoteric, and that's completely okay. This isn't something you need to figure out or force. Even just being curious about the idea is enough. I'm still exploring this myself. So, this exploration of where we can focus our energy, these three different places that we can choose to focus our energy, this has arisen really over the past week um, as a consequence of my contemplations last week about fixing myself. And maybe I need to drop, or it would be beneficial for me to drop this constant desire I've had through my life to fix myself. Feel free to go back and watch that video. But over this week, what's really struck me is how much of my energy is really caught between managing this current life and envisioning a better future one. Both really do have their place, but I've noticed that neither really touches this deeper part of me that just is. When I let go of the fixing, I have this opportunity to touch that deeper part of me. I guess I've also been thinking about stories as well this week. I've had stories about my past, and I've got new stories I might want to live for my future. But when I think of them as stories, I start to realize that maybe I don't need to take them so seriously. I don't need to place such importance on them. When I start to shift beyond the stories, beyond what's happening or what I want to happen, I have this opportunity to find the quiet place, peaceful space that doesn't need anything, the awareness within. It's not about giving up on my life or on my goals. It's just recognizing that there's something constant behind it all. And I think if I can connect with that more and more so each day, it will support me in how I approach everything else. So, how is it for you? Where do you notice your energy going most of the time? Is it caught up in your daily grind? Is it focused on creating a future you want? Is it focused on fixing things, fixing yourself? Or have you glimpsed this awareness that's behind it all? Like there's no right or wrong answer, just something interesting to notice. Maybe take a moment, settle yourself, and just consider where your energy has been today. Where has it been this past month? Where has it been over the last year? And where do you want to focus your energy as you move forward? If you feel like sharing, I'd love to hear your comments. So put your thoughts in the comments section. It'd be great to hear from you. So thanks for joining me as I explore some of my reflections from my journey this week. I guess I'm not here to offer solutions necessarily, um, but I guess for you, your solution may arise as you listen, and I hope that may be the case. I'm simply sharing what I'm noticing and how it's supporting me at this time. So if you find this useful, please consider subscribing. At the moment, I'm currently posting one video a week, exploring questions just like this. What it means to live fully, to let go, yes, let go, and to connect with what is real. Thanks again for being here with me today, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.